This is a genre show that is based in reality, in which terrible actions have a moral price. The climax of the season is our villains are defeated, but to do so, our heroes have had to sully their hands in a way they won't ever be able to unsully.
Episodes 7 and 8 really are our big action episodes. And in 7 alone, we have a hit that is staged in the middle of a traffic jam.
To do that assassination with a motorcycle, we shut down a 6-lane street, 100 cars lining the street. I mean, it was just an incredible logistical pull-off. And one of the things we try to constantly do in our show is follow the most minute rules of police work, of Yakuza work, of newspaper work. So as I learned, you cannot fire at someone in public unless you fire once in the air. So of course, by the time Katagiri's fired once in the air, he can no longer get the man on the motorcycle. By following the rules, that person got away.
基本的に車が動かなかったので、かなりその部分では渋滞っていう形にしたので、あそこでしかもドンパチするっていうことですから、なかなか英断だったんじゃないでしょうか。
I am the prolonged arm of the showrunner. So it's really important that I get into his or her head to figure out what they want and then interpret that into the visual world that we're living in. And then be open to something special or different, because then I want to see what the actors do, how they want to play the scene, and then maybe adjust around that. We talked about Jake. It's like he has, two fathers. He has one in Missouri and then a father figure in Katagiri.
I shouldn't back off just for a little bit?
No, Jake, you cannot. Other people are relying on you now. You are the way this ends.
戦い向かっていくその同志でもあるし、ある時は兄弟のようでもあるし、ある時はやっぱり彼を諭していく父親のような存在でもあるし、もっと言うと教師のような存在でもあるし。
Over time, Katagiri starts respecting Jake more. It's kind of the same actually as my relationship with Ken. I always wanted to change the scenes to more Japanese. Ken was like, you're better in English, man. And then now finally this year, I just started saying the lines straight to him. All of them in Japanese, just spit firing them. And he said, okay, change that word to that word. And I did that. So now take that sentence out. Okay, I did that. Okay, and he shook my hand. He said, okay, fine, we can do it in Japanese.
組長は俺たちにとっちゃ親父同然。あんたの記事は親父のためにはならねえんだ。
The struggle between Jake and Tozawa is the spine of both seasons of Tokyo Vice. And he is the Dark Force, he's the Sauron, the Dark Lord, as we like to call him on set, who represents the new order.
Tanida-san, Ayumi, he's an incredible, amazing actor. You don't have to say a lot to him, he gets it, he just lives it.
本当に目力もすごいですし、存在感もすごいので、その中ですごく影響を受けて、彼の強さを知ってるので、落とそうっていう気持ちは根底にはあったかもしれないですけど、自分の力ではどうにもできないと思っていたので、ほとんど彼女の中にはなかったと思いますね。
覚えておけ。これから起こることは全てお前がまいた種だ。
Sam, having lived under the control of such a intense, organized religion, and having survived that, I think she can relate to any woman under any thumb of a man. So when Misaki comes to her, there's no other way but to help. I think she can very clearly relate to Misaki.
You got this.
Tozawa seems as unstoppable as anybody can be, but he has one adversary who has outthought him and out-strategized him, and that's his wife. He finds himself boxed into the place where he will either fall from grace and go to jail or die honorably.
Me and JT had a lot of different discussions about it. And then I also talked to Ayumi, Tanida-san, about his final moment.
一番ショックだったのはやっぱり自分が死ぬことですよね。どういう表情で死のうかなってと思ったし、戸沢だったらっていうことは考えながら、でも何回もやっぱりこの組はやらせてくれるんで、いろんなパターンは取れたかなとは思いますけどね。
So many different storylines coming to a head. It's the downfall and demise of Tozawa.
The story of Sato across 2 seasons is the most sort of classically tragic arc.
Sato is the reluctant Oyabun. He was never sure he wanted it. He was never sure he wanted this life. He was never sure he wanted to stay in it. He knows for sure he doesn't want his brother to stay in it.
But because he's not willing to watch his brothers be murdered, because he's not willing to watch cruel and malicious activity done to civilians, he has to keep stepping up. It has to keep stepping up till, in a sense, one day he finds himself the king.
親分になるっていうのは聞きましたね、僕が。で、みたいな、本当みたいな感じでしたけど。
For Sato's ascension, it was really important that we shot it in the same location that was in the pilot of the first season.
We wanted to recreate the Yakuza ceremony when Kume got a promotion.
ああやってそのシーンを全くこう被せて撮るっていうのは思ってなかったですけど、撮影をしていく中でこれ、こっちから見てた側だったけど自分がこのねお酒飲む方になったんだとか、そういうことを回想しながらやってましたけど、こっから大変なんだよなって思いましたけどね。
There was so much work put in. The Japanese AD team's amazing. They go and do this research for you because we wanted to make it as authentic as possible. We decided the best thing to do was shoot the whole entire sequence like a real ceremony.
The scene is beautifully shot, and it is that sense of the reluctant hero being seated on the throne. It's just a perfect capping moment for the season.